everyone, this is Hollyn Urrabazo, and I'm going to be teaching you guys today about the plantation cultures in the South. In this video, we shall be covering these few questions. What was the main crop farmed in the South? What was the average number of slaves in the South? How were these slaves treated? What social classes made up most of the South? And how were most farms laid out? The most farmed crop grown and harvested in the South is cotton. Its many uses and soft texture resulted in a major seller throughout the South. Settlers in the South also cashed in on crops of rice and indigo, both of which they exported to Europe. In 1860, the total amount of slaves in both the North and the South was 84% of the entire population. About 1/3 of the Southern families actually owned slaves. Out of the 30% of free white men in the South, 60% of these men were considered wealthy. The slaves were mostly treated brutally and cruelly. Raping, whipping, execution, and sexual abuse to the female slaves were very common. These slaves were also not allowed to learn to read or write. Surprisingly, the yeoman farmers were most of the population of the South. The social classes were widely different. The farms were either huge in wealth, with a lot of slaves and land as far as the eye can see, or they had moderate wealth, with about 5 to 10 slaves and a small plot of land. There was literally no one in between. Most of the typical farms in the South consisted of a normal barn, the family house, and a slave house. The barn consisted of regular farm animals, like chickens, and it also worked as a storehouse for animal food and farm tools.